Hey, I'm Alden, and I'm doing a reading today for the full moon in Scorpio, the Scorpion. So I feel like there's a lot of energy, especially with also the North Node just entering Gemini for, it'll be there like for well over a year, I believe. There's a lot around communicating with others by like really going deep with healing communication within yourself, and I think it can really relate to your life purpose and getting in touch with that like even childlike part of yourself that really already knows in a way your purpose. It's not hidden from you, and as you heal and you tap into that, it really does become clear, even if the actions that you're doing maybe change or translate differently over time. There's something that you want to share from within, and that purpose doesn't leave you when you're just like let's say having friendships or with your twin flame. Of course your purpose doesn't leave you either, so you're gonna be like experiencing greater like what I want to say, like kind of like a blossoming of communication, like that feeling like, oh, this feels refreshing, I can really get in touch with this part of myself, and it's also easier to communicate with other people. It just like felt like maybe there was something there, or maybe there's even like a new layer revealed of how you can interact just with interpersonal relationships. So I think it's really refreshing, and with the full moon in Scorpio, then it's like really going deep, and always themes around, I guess you could say, like taboo topics like sexuality and death and I don't know, like the underworld, which doesn't exist, but like it's easy to like let it flow, to again like get more in touch with how to communicate with yourself around like these parts of yourself that maybe have felt hidden, some more stuff coming to the light, and also a lot of what I want to say, like kind of introspection about where, like how you're loving versus leaking energy, and that like kind of goes into play, or it does go into play, I should say, be more assertive, with Venus going retrograde in Gemini, like May 10th, I'm pretty sure, May 10th, and so in any case, like even that shadowy period, which is now, I think it's starting to really like come up, and it's a great time to really come more into terms with self-love too, and of course with how you can best then love your twin flame by loving your own experience in this world. And Venus, I feel called to say, is very associated with like sugar and sweetness. I mean, love, right? So sometimes I feel it's a good idea, and if you feel called to, and this could relate to other things too, not just like sugar and food kind of sweet stuff, but if there's some other place in your life where it has that same kind of feeling to it, it could be good to like reevaluate your relationship there. Like, oh, do I want to like take a break from refined sugar altogether and see how that feels? Or just feeling into like where your sweetness truly is coming from, which is always in truth from source, from God. So and without further ado, I think it's good time to get started with the cards. So first of all, I'm going to pull Nature's Whispers by Angela Hartfield card. And it's already been shuffled and everything. So new experiences and possibilities. Well, this is great. I mean, who doesn't like new experiences and possibilities? And I think another thing that this card is speaking to is revisiting some of the things that you maybe tossed out, that you actually might like rekindle a lot of joy from doing certain activities, and also reclaiming any kinds of feelings you have about past relationships with people, whether it be romantic or even family relationships, friendships, because those feelings never leave you. And so if you're kind of energetically waiting for this person to give you that feeling again, of course, like that feeling doesn't come from that person, it comes through that person from God, and they're allowing God to move through them, which is great. But even if that's not happening anymore, or for whatever reason you have parted ways or vibed out with anyone, it's safe to own like the good feelings that you do have. And this really does free up that energy so that you can fully experience the new experiences and possibilities. And the last thing I wanted to say is, like, even if it's with someone that you're not vibing out with, but just maybe the relationship is changing. I mean, relationships are always changing, and so that's actually really healthy. But yeah, it's safe to just release expectations so that new experiences can come in, and fully release that and go deeper. And if you're triggered somewhere by something that someone says, or just you become aware of a pattern you were holding on to, it's safe to be aware of that and receive discipline or self-discipline and love yourself there, and make way for positive change. So the next card that I'm going to pull is from the Eternal Crystals deck by Jade Sky. And the card is Lapis Lazuli, Problems Resolved. Beautiful card. I love this stone so much. If I could have a house full of it, probably, but anyway. Problems resolved, third eye and throat chakras too. So I feel like, again, this has to do with clear communication and also communicating within yourself. With Neptune in Pisces too, it makes me think of like that psychic development there, and like going deep into emotions and feelings, and how there's a lot of what do I want to say? Like feelings can provide or lead the way to concrete evidence of something. But you do need to be able to, really develop that skill, like that intuition, clear your third eye, and keep going there. And it's okay, like, if you really feel something and then it turns out to not be that way, or what I want to say, like if you're led to a feeling and it feels very real, like there's a good reason that you're led that way, and there's healing there. So it's safe to feel your feelings and to not turn away from them just because you're not sure of something, and more will be revealed that way, not by Again, like turning away from it, or I don't know, throwing a blanket over it and pretending it's not there or something. Yeah, so yeah, throat chakra, I mean, again, that really relates, I think, to Gemini communicating and that mercurial energy. And you know, Mercury is like one of those elements that's that changes, right? Like it can be liquid, it can be solid very easily, and so mercurial is very much, you know, that kind of energy is very much about change and communicating too. It's safe to accept change in communication. Like, don't block that. Don't block communication because you're afraid of what you might hear. It's safe to fully release that and let that, like, any kind of fear there, just be gone and make way for, you know, fertile soil, and yeah, so then, you know, real relationships can bloom, and you can just like enjoy everything on a really, you know, much deeper level, and that is what you want, right? Like, you want to truly enjoy things with God. Like, there's no real enjoyment or freedom without the divine. So the next card that I've got, ooh, whoops, upside down. Notes from the Universe on Abundance by Mike Dooley. I love these cards. They're very positive and helpful. And this card, that's funny, I just got this card last night. And the card is, wait, let me show front too. It's really beautiful sunset, like on top of the hill. The view's really nice, feels very relaxing. So just knowing that behind the curtains of time and space, good things are now happening for you that will soon spill into your life is enough to make good things start happening for you. Always know this because they are. So happy for you, the universe. It's really hard to read those blue words against the green. I don't know if it's like intentional. Like behind the curtains, it's like where it says this, kind of feels like it's a little bit behind the curtains there. Yeah, good things are now happening, and I think that kind of speaks to like that that metaphor I was using about like, you know, throwing a blanket over something. Well, like maybe there's already appears to be a curtain in your reality, whether or not like you feel like you placed it there. Well, it's there, but there's like the universe is always in your favor, and so it's safe to claim that truth that like everything is providing for you. And even if you can't see how that's happening, it's safe to surrender there, and it's also safe to pull back a curtain when you're invited to, you know, like in your subconscious or something, and go deeper there, like see what it is that's there, see what it leads you to. And there's really only one way to do that, so yeah, it's safe. Like if you're curious, then go for it. And then the last card is from the Moonology deck. Always very fitting for a full moon. Man, that moon is going to be really beautiful. And it was really pretty last night, so hope it's clear wherever you are and you can see it. This is perfect. It's like the opposite. It's funny. Yeah, so it says, a new start is coming, new moon. And so yeah, that's great. New beginnings, feels really fresh, and that's what it is all about, like when you're going deeper with the communication and clearing away everything that no longer serves. And It's funny how, clearing stuff away doesn't actually take that much effort. I think sometimes it's the thought of having to do it that takes effort, whether we're talking about I guess energy or stuff that doesn't, relationships that don't serve you, things that you need to let go of within, or things that you physically need to do on the outside, like maybe in your home or something like that. It's safe to welcome the new start. It's not going to be tough. It's going to be easy. Let it flow, and don't be afraid to take action really deeply and move from that place of passion and inspiration within, and keep going. Persist through I don't know, whatever kind of fogginess or something. If there's something there that feels like it's making you lazy, recognize that doesn't feel good, and you can make a new choice, because then when it's actually really time to relax, you can fully embrace that and enjoy it, and also not be anxious that you didn't get all the things accomplished that you really felt in your heart to do. And there's no reason to be hard on yourself in the process, but again, it goes back to going deeper with discipline and self-discipline. And this also, is self-love, and it will really help you to open up to the new even more. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this full moon in Scorpio reading, and you're welcome to like and share the video, and definitely subscribe if you want to see more on my channel. And you can check out the links below. I offer wonderful supportive coaching and all kinds of cool readings that are also really deep and healing, and I love doing them for you. So yeah, you can check out all of that and leave a comment if you have any thoughts or questions, and I will see you soon. Enjoy the full moon.